And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We're here at Phil's Dream Pit. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. It's good stuff, too. The quest for perfect barbecue. Here we are at Phil's Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. You pull in, and first off, they're lined up to get in the place. And then you pull in and you smell where Brandon's been cooking all night long, the pitmaster, out behind the restaurant in the cooker. And it is good. Smells good. It is good. Phil's Dream Pit. 31 days. I still don't think that's right, but I'm going to go with it. Today's the 21st, and you've got our first games on the 21st. I would think in my brain it's 30 days out. But I looked it up, and the computer says 31 days. I don't know. We'll go with it. 31 days, 7 hours, 46 minutes till Cyclone football. We've got Meet the Cyclones Friday night. We'll stream that for you starting at 7:30 at the stadium. Meeting everybody, the junior Cyclones, the players, the cheerleaders, the Mighty Mites, grass cutters, all of them. The T.A. Duggar cheerleaders, the high school cheerleaders. I don't know if the dance team will be there. I assume they will be, but we'll see. And certainly the football players, which is pretty cool because they'll come out numerically in the football. T.A. Duggar's guys will be matched up with the high school guys. So whoever wears 4, for example, T.A. Duggar will be matched up, coming out at the same time with number 4 from the high school, which I always thought was a really cool concept. So that's Friday night. Meet the Cyclones at the stadium, and that really kind of officially kicks in the season. When you do the Meet the Cyclones, it means, okay, it's on. So anyway, that's coming up Friday night. We're here again at Phil's Dream Pit. We're going to be joined by Mr. Baseball. Greg Salyer joins us, coming up here in a few minutes. And we haven't had this guy on in a long time. We go back a long ways. Frank Lett, the executive director of the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they do a great job in Kingsport bringing in tourism dollars to athletics. And so he'll be here to talk that, talk a little sports. Me and Frank go back a long way. Used to do ball games together. Helped me do some play-by-play, and he did some color back in the day when I was doing Dobbins Minute. Asked him to come in and help out a couple of times, and he did. So that was cool. So anyway, he'll be here in a little while. And, of course, Axel Steins will shine. He'll be here in a little while as well. He is on a roll because this is his record week. He will be, as of Friday, 30 days he will be with me on the show. He comes every show. Couldn't ask for, you've seen Axel on this show. Couldn't ask for a greater kid than Axel Stein. So he and his papa, I would assume, be coming this way here in a little while. All right, let's get it going. Jennifer Nettles from the Battle of Bristol. Here we go on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and we'll go right into Greg Sankey. Whoo. I'm telling you, there's a Super League coming. He keeps rattling that chain. Super conference between the Big Ten and the SEC. You hide and watch. More and more rhetoric coming out from him, the commissioner of the SEC. We'll tell you all about it coming up. Also, Josh Heupel talks about the Tennessee quarterback situation. SEC Media Day is going on today. The coaches there today are Alex Golesh, the new coach at Auburn, Kirby Smart of the Georgia Bulldogs, Shane Beamer of South Carolina, and Clark Lee of Vanderbilt. Those are the coaches at the podium in Tampa today for SEC Media Days. Jennifer Nettles, bring it on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hey there, neighbors. Todd Houston here with the Elizabethan Church of Christ, wishing you a very happy new year and a wildly successful 2026. I'd like to invite you to come and get to know our family here at Elizabethan as we are seeking to be more like our Lord every day. We're no perfect people, but we're a people that love the Lord and love you. We'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to join us, our times are at 10 and 11 a.m. on Sunday, 6:30 p.m., and then again Wednesday evening at 7. You can find us on Facebook or at elizabethancoc.org.
And back on the Top of the Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us. So let's get it started with Greg Sankey, again, the commissioner of the SEC. So in his opening comments yesterday to start the SEC Media Days in Tampa, Sankey comes out and says, look, this is not just chit-chat. We're serious about breaking away and starting our own Super League. He said it's not idle chatter. He says, this is what we're looking at. So SEC does not support the current bill. The bill's the Protect College Sports is the name of the bill that's up on Capitol Hill trying to run through the different streams of government. SEC does not support the bill in its current form. Sankey confirmed there has been real conversations. You're hearing it right here, folks. I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're going to break away because they've got the leverage to do it. There's been real conversations about whether the league should break away. As the president of Georgia University says, we need to go just do our own thing. SEC, Big Ten, break away and just have our own Super League. So, it is not a leverage point. It is honest communication. Remember that quote. It's Greg Sankey, SEC Commissioner, saying again, I don't believe this is a leverage point. We're not trying to, not trying to leverage against the college athletics that we know it. I think it's honest communication. So I'm telling you what's going to happen. I keep hearing it more. He's rattling those sabers more and more to break away and have their own Super League. There you go. The preference is to work together to improve the Protect College Sports Act, Sankey says, but he says he has 4 key principles that we can't agree on. National standards that must be enforceable. That goes without saying. I think this is a biggie. A national framework to limit state laws. There's got to be a flat, blanket, nationwide, state-by-state agreement coming down from Congress or from the government saying, okay, this, if you're in South Dakota or Tennessee or West Virginia or Utah or wherever, this is how it's going to be for everybody. I totally agree with that. That's part of the problem. They make federal laws and then the state laws usurp the federal laws, and then you're right back to square one. I totally get that. I'm with him 100%. A national framework to limit state laws that are meant to circumvent rules. I understand that. Transparency and accountability, no question. What are you doing and what's your neighbor down the street doing? Fess up, as Daddy used to say. Hello, Junior Campbell. How you doing, buddy? And Brenda Hatfield. Establishing fair and consistent standards for organizations while preserving voluntarily decision-making processes. One of the portions of the bill the SEC is firmly against would allow conferences, here we go, listen to this, to allow conferences the option to pool their media rights, and also has been extended conversation about current language concerning the formation of super leagues. So this current bill says no super leagues. SEC says not a chance. We're all about super leagues, which will be both the SEC and the Big Ten, have asked for changes to that bill in order to support its passage. They both have said, no, we want to have the ability to form a super league. We want to. Congress says, no, we don't want that in the bill. And so the SEC and the Big Ten say, we're not buying this. We're not for it. We're not for it. The president of Georgia suggested the conference might have to create its own rules if there's no congressional help. Sankey says those frustrations have been shared as part of an honest conversation within the league. I'm telling you, talk's there, folks. The buzz is there. Junior's on there 4 times. As for college football playoff expansion, Sankey says still doesn't have a answer to the question about a move to 2014 field, other than it's money. He said The SEC is the only Power Four conference that has not come out in favor of a 2014 playoff. December 1st deadline to finalize that happening. So there you go. Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, pretty pointed in his comments that we're not for this. We're not going to be a part of it, and we don't want the Congress or any governing body to be able to tell us we can't spin off we want to and do our own thing. So they're never going to. It's almost like the players in baseball and the salary cap. I don't see Sankey ever agreeing to that, or the Big Ten, because this is where it's shifting. This is where we're headed. I'm telling you, this is where we're headed. We're headed to a super league between the Big Ten and the SEC, and I don't think they can stop it. And the only way they can stop it is to sign off on this agreement with Congress, and they ain't doing it. So. Also, the Big Ten and the SEC have objected to the portion of the bill that would effectively freeze Power Four membership. The initial language in the bill would have prevented a merger between the two conferences, hear me, to form a super league. An updated language would bar any conference reporting $700 million or more in revenue, which both easily do, from merging with, acquiring, or absorbing another conference or its membership. They said we don't want that in the rhetoric. We don't want that in the language. That opens a barn door for a super league. So we'll see how it goes. So that's what's happening with the SEC. Frank will be here in a little while. I'll get his take on that too. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Ooh, the sandwich platters. It's a good way to go today. Go ahead and get you some sweet tea or Pepsi products or cheer wine. Again, the platters, they got the sampler platter. They've got the pulled pork platter, the pulled chicken, sliced brisket, pulled beef. Mine's the favorite is the smoked turkey. Love it. Going to get someone to get off the show. Also the Dream Dog, which is a hot dog topped with beans and slaw. That's serious good too. It's an all beef, again, hickory smoked barbecue hot dog wiener. Whew, good stuff. Also, the sampler platter, you can get your option of ribs, brisket, pork wings, pulled chicken, pulled beef, turkey, pork belly burnt ends. Those are your samplers on the sampler platter. And you get two sides. You can choose on the sides from baked beans, green beans, hash brown casserole, coleslaw, tater salad, macaroni salad, mac and cheese. Oh, yeah. Phil's Dream Pit, quest for perfect barbecue. Eastern Star exit going to be opening up. I think it's been pushed back now to early September, right around Labor Day. Trying to get it open up in downtown Elizabeth, and the renovations are on to make that happen. So we're here at Phil's today at the Eastern Star exit, Interstate 26. Once we open, we'll be bouncing back and forth. Month here, month there. Probably the first couple of months will be there to help them get it going into the holidays. All right, Josh Heupel at the podium yesterday. Projected confidence in the Vols will be fine with either second-year quarterback George McIntyre or true freshman Faison Brandon. Now, this is an interesting stat. In Heupel's 8 seasons as a head coach, Central Florida and Tennessee, his teams have been top 20 in total offense every year. And top 10 in scoring offense 6 out of the 8 years he's been a head coach. So it's a high-octane offense. McIntyre, the only one with college experience, 6'6", 208, kind of lanky. He's a pocket passer. Faison Brandon, meanwhile, 6'4", 225, and can run it and throw it. So played at Grimsley High School in Greensboro, where he lost only one game in his entire career. 6'4", 225, more of a classic dual threat. He can run it or he can throw it, either one. So first true freshman that could be a full-time starter for Heupel since Dylan Gabriel did it at Central Florida back in 2019 before he became head coach at Tennessee. This is another interesting stat, which I did not know, and I think it's pretty cool. Tennessee's rush offense in the last 5 years under Heupel has led, didn't know this. Now, you think about all the ground teams, Alabama, Georgia, the ones I'm thinking of. Tennessee's offense led the league in the past 5 years under Heupel, 204 yards per ball game, rushing the ball. 3 straight 1,000-yard rushers at Tennessee, which is the longest streak in the league. That's pretty cool. So Tennessee, Heupel said yesterday at the podium, we're okay. I'm all right with my quarterback, either McIntyre, is a pocket passer. We can design our offense around him when he's on the field, or the tuck and go or throw. And Faison Brandon, 6'4", 225, true freshman. Tennessee opens up with Furman. Then they'll go to Georgia Tech, come back to Kennesaw State. Then the waters get a little deep. Texas Longhorns come to town. So that's your early schedule for the Tennessee Volunteers. Thought those interesting stats. Tennessee has 3 straight 1,000-yard rushers, longest streak in the SEC. You think of all the great running backs in the Southeastern Conference. I always think of Alabama and Georgia's running backs, but there's others good ones too. Deshaun Bishop coming back after rushing for 1,706 yards and 16 touchdowns last year. So Tennessee's got a 1,000-yard rusher for the last 3 seasons. They've led the SEC in rushing, which I find amazing. With you have the ground control teams of Georgia and Alabama jump out at me, and also Ole Miss, LSU, Texas A&M. But Tennessee led the SEC for the past 5 years under Heupel at 204 yards a game rushing the football. So you would ask, well, why aren't we? Hello, Andy, West Virginia. How you doing? Why would you not be more successful? Because the defense let us down last year. But they brought in Jim Knowles from Penn State. So Heupel says the difference in the building after letting Tim Banks go and bringing in Jim Knowles. Knowles was with Ohio State, jumped to Penn State, jumped to Tennessee. So we'll see. Heupel was there yesterday. Again, at the podium today, SEC Media Days, Auburn's Alex Golish. There's a lot of buzz in Tiger Town in Auburn, Alabama. Also today at the podium, Kirby Smart, Georgia, loaded this year. Loaded for a run with the Bulldogs. Shane Beamer, probably on the hot seat at South Carolina. The seat's warm. Sellers, Lenoris, he's your key to the quarterback. If he's out there on the field, they got a chance. When he didn't play last year, they struggled. Beamer's at the podium today, and also Vanderbilt's Clark Lee. That's your coaches today in day number 2 at the SEC Media Days. Again, as we said, on the road in Tampa. Some of the players going to be there today. For Auburn, Champ Anthony, Byron Brown, the quarterback, who they're very high on, and the kicker, Alex McPherson. Georgia, Drew Bobo, the offensive lineman, Gunnar Stockton, the quarterback's back, and the linebacker, Raylan Wilson, who is a stud. That's who's at the podium today for Georgia. Along with Beamer at South Carolina, Nick Harbor, quarterback Lenora Sellers, and Peyton Williams. And then Vanderbilt will have at the podium today. They'll be the last one, right around 4 o'clock. Cedric Alexander, the running back, who's a good one. Isaac Quattar, the defensive lineman, and wide receiver Junior Sherrill. Tomorrow, looking ahead to tomorrow, at the podium, Kalen DeBoer, Alabama. John Summerall, Florida. Ole Miss's Pete Golding, and Texas A&M's Mike Elko are the guys at the podium tomorrow for the SEC Media Days in Tampa. Mr. Baseball's in the house. We got lots to talk about. We'll probably start in Bean Town with the Boston Red Sox. We'll take a break, get him in here ready to go. Mr. Baseball. Later on, got Frank Lett coming in from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we're here having a big time at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Here's Tara to talk about the catering opportunities from Phil's on the Tom Taylor Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Summertime's here. Catering. How can you help us with an event?
Well, we're doing weddings, rehearsal dinners, reunions, graduation parties, and even if you feel like it's getting down to the wire, give us a call
Mm-hmm.
because we can usually accommodate you.
Absolutely. So do you bring and set it up? Do we come get it? How does that work?
All of the above. So you can either have us come out and do a full catering where we have like a crew of people come and serve your guests and clean up afterwards. We also have our mini catering where it's just one person that comes out and like makes sandwiches, and then you do the rest buffet, the sides and everything buffet style. We can also do a drop off and set up, and that's where we deliver it to your location and set everything up. And then we can also do, pick up in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we can, and whatever you need to meet your budget, we
Yeah,
can work with.
Sure, the budget. Now, on the menu itself, do we pick? Do you have certain items we pick for catering? Or is it anything on the menu?
It's pretty much anything on the menu is available for the catering. If you want some advice, I'm happy to give it. You know,
So, phone number is
423-798-7899.
423-798-7899 to get your catering needs taken care of right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Here's your catering coordinator. She is the lady who can make it go for you. Tara Salamino from Phil's Dream Pit, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Mr. Baseball's in the house. Greg Sally, how you doing?
Hey, Phil. Hey, Tom, where it feels.
Yeah.
But hey, Tom.
He's never done that,
I
ever.
know I have not. I've got my mind on barbecue is what it is.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I asked him he's going to get something before he goes to work. He looked at me like, are you stupid? Of course I am. I'm going to get some food.
Absolutely. I'm going to.
Phil's Dream Pit. What do you get when you get?
I usually get brisket. So I'm thinking I may get the pulled pork sandwich today, though.
I get the
don't know.
platter.
Yeah.
Go and get the platter. Get the
I
pulled
may
pork
get the
platter.
platter.
Get them sides.
Yeah, I may get the platter.
Are you a tater salad guy?
No, not potato salad at all.
Macaroni salad?
I get, you know what? I like their beans. They have some wonderful beans.
Baked beans?
And I usually get the hash brown
casserole.
Yeah, that's the two that I usually go for.
Certainly can't go wrong with those two.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, let's talk baseball.
All right.
Wow, we start in Beantown.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. And if there's never an example of a long season and topsy-turvy up and down, here are the Boston Red Sox. Listen to this. They've won 14 straight. They're 19-2 in the last 21 games. Best in baseball since mid-June. Through June 24th, however, before they got on the roll, they were 32-46, 14 under. The worst record in the American League and second worst in all of baseball. now they're a wild card team. And they've won 14 in a row. Trying to set the record tonight. What has been the turnaround of the Red Sox?
So I was talking to a guy at work yesterday, and it was so funny because we both had noticed that it was at the point that they sent Roman Anthony down to the minors that they started winning. That's when their winning streak started. But that has nothing to do with it, of course. We know that. I think they have just the whole team has gotten hot all at one time, and this is what happens when that takes place. When the whole team gets hot, you can't stop them.
No,
you really can't.
It's contagious. It can be bad contagious. It can be good contagious. Goes either way.
That's exactly right.
In this case, it's good.
Yeah.
Last time they had this kind of streak, the guy named the Splendid Splinter, Ted Williams, was doing it back in 1946.
Yeah.
So they can set their record tonight. And beating Baltimore last night, they stopped their 8-game winning streak. So they are 14 straight. The Red Sox. They're in the thick of this thing now. At least a wild card for sure. So it's a mental thing, isn't it? And some of this mental.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. You know Yogi Berra's comment. 90% of baseball is half mental.
Leave it to Yogi Berra. That's awesome. 90% of baseball is half mental.
Yeah.
I can't top that. That's good stuff.
So it is. It is mental.
It is mental.
I mean, you get on a streak like this, you think you can't be beat.
Yeah.
And you just keep going.
And they're even the All-Star break. Although maybe they'll cool off, come out of the break.
Yeah, you'd think, but they haven't.
Have not. No, rolling.
It's amazing.
All right, so you look at the trade deadline August the 3rd, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, you have reached the point now you're buyers or sellers from all the teams. So if you're the Red Sox management, now they can turn right around and go on a tailspin and go in the tank just as quick as they got on a winning streak. So at this point, July 21st, if you're you are the Red Sox front office right now. Are you you buying or are you selling?
They're one of those teams that's really you don't know.
On the bubble?
Yeah, you don't really know. I think right now, because of how hot they are and how they're playing, I'd probably buy.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy. I'd probably say, okay, what do I need? And of course, it's probably pitching, and step it up a notch and see what I could get for a couple prospects.
Yeah. So the obvious buyers here. I've been reading these articles last night.
There are some obvious buyers and some obvious sellers.
So the obvious buyers will be the Braves, the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Rays.
Absolutely.
That a fair list?
Absolutely. All those teams. So I was talking to a Dodgers fan yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that the Dodgers will be buyers at the trade deadline. And so I just asked him, I said, who do you need?
Yeah.
I said, where's the weakness on that team? Who are you going to go out and get? And
who are you going to give up?
Yeah.
Who you going to unload to get what you need?
Yeah, it would have to be prospects. I mean, it's going to be minor leaguers, I'm
Yeah.
sure, but somebody have to go down.
So I don't
So
know.
I don't know. I mean, what do you do?
So the big catch out there, although I'm not as sold on this guy as I was, Tarek Skubal. I mean, he's a back-to-back Cy Young, but he's not.
Yeah.
I've been watching his numbers. He ain't setting the woods on fire. He's been injured,
Yes.
and I mean, you want to go get the guy, but I don't know what. I don't think I'm going to break the bank to get him because you get him for 2 months, and he's not 100%. He's not
Yeah.
Tarek Skubal that we've seen in the past.
Right. Yeah, he had those loose fragments in his elbow that
Yeah.
he had to have surgery for, and let's face it, he's not been the same pitcher this year that he has been the last 2 years. But somebody will go out and trade for him if the price is right from the Tigers.
But if you've got floating bone chips in your throwing arm,
Hmm.
you would think, okay, there's a 50-50 shot that'll flare back up, and we got to shut him down for the year, or he's on the DL or whatever. Then he's, then he's damaged goods.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a chance.
Yeah. Hunter Green had the same thing. There was another pitcher. There were 3 guys, if I remember right. I can't remember the third one right now. That all had surgery for that same thing to have those things removed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You think that you hope at least that it's not going to come back, but
No guarantees.
yeah, you never know.
So the sellers, the obvious sellers, I would think at this point would be the Rockies, the Royals, the Mets, the Giants, and the Reds.
Yeah,
A fair statement.
yeah, I think so.
So, all right, let's take the Royals. Do you unload Bobby Witt?
No,
Okay, he's
You
not
do
going
not.
anywhere.
you do not.
All right, the Mets. Soto? No.
No,
Lindor? No. Maybe.
possibly.
Possibly.
He's
So-
got a no trade clause, but they've been talking about. I've been hearing rumors about Lindor. Teams have been inquiring about him, and that he might be willing to waive his no trade clause for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
I think he wants to win, and I think if he has the opportunity to go somewhere where he can win a World Series, he'll do it.
The Athletics are talking to their outfielders, talking to Langoliers, the catcher. So people are needing catcher, and so suddenly he's become real popular.
Yeah, Shea Langoliers is a real deal. I mean, let's face it, he is tearing it up this year, and I mean, if I was a team that needed a catcher, if I was a team that didn't need a catcher, and I had the opportunity to trade for him, I'd probably do it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be an
absolutely.
upgrade on pretty much any team.
Other pitchers that are out there, in fact, these are the ones the Braves are looking at. Freddie Peralta, the Mets, Clay Holmes, and
Mhm.
also Robbie Ray for the Giants. So it's not just Skubal. I mean, he's out there, but
Yeah,
there's some other pitchers that are, pretty good value that could help your ball club.
yeah, and you're hoping a change of scenery for Peralta would be good for him because he tore it up in Milwaukee, but he's just not been good for the Mets.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. You can make a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the switch is good. Sometimes, in this case for Peralta, the
Mhm.
switch is not good.
Right.
Going to New York's not been good for
It
him
has not been good
for
for
whatever
him.
reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but so we talked about the outfielders. The Braves again looking probably for frontline pitching. Skubal, Ray, Freddie Peralta. So, and they talked to the management of the Braves. And he said, we got to take what's out there right now. He said, and everything that looks good isn't always good. And he may have been on a swipe towards Skubal, I think, maybe.
Could have been.
Could have been. So, anyway, that's what's going on. 2 weeks out is August 3rd trade deadline. I would think
Mhm.
probably end of this week and certainly next week because August 1st right around the corner.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of, in fact, August 1st is next Saturday. So we're going to see probably next week
Start
we
seeing
get
a lot
back
of
together.
stuff.
A lot of things moving.
That's right.
Who are the Reds going to unload, do you think?
Tyler Stevenson, I think he's good as gone.
Suarez?
Suarez,
Yeah.
I would think so as well. Probably a couple pitchers, Pierce Johnson, Brock Burke, maybe Caleb Ferguson. These are guys on expiring contracts. So that's what the Reds are wanting to do. They're wanting to get something back for some guys. They're all rentals, but the Reds are just trying to get something back for these guys because they figure they're going to lose them anyway.
So put a fork in this season's over, just playing out the string.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's sad, but
They're not that far off of the wild card. They got hot like the Red Sox,
they're
but
not.
but, yeah.
yeah, they're
yeah,
something major is going to happen.
yeah.
And I mean, and you know what? We've seen it happen before. Teams will be sellers at the trade deadline, and then all of a sudden catch fire.
Yep.
The guys that don't know they can't go up there and win will start winning.
You're exactly right. What happened? So
who knows?
it's a chess match right now, and so all these front office general managers, and owners going, okay, Do we unload? Do we buy? Do we have a chance? You
Yeah.
know, the Red Sox are a perfect example, dead in the water, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and here they are in
Yeah.
a wild card situation. Here's your schedule today, everything under the lights. Good matchup, Minnesota and Cleveland, the AL Central. The Dodgers in Philadelphia, Zach Wheeler against Robleski. The Yankees have got Pittsburgh in town. Had a little problem last night, a little
Yeah.
dust up.
Yeah.
Santana and Calabera had a little problem last night.
Yeah.
It was with the pitch timer. Somebody didn't like the way the other one did it.
Yeah.
And so they had a little scuffle or anything
Yeah.
going. What I like is that, of course, it works because I go look and the tease is there was a melee last night. So I go watch the video and I'm thinking, whatever wimp that said there was a melee, and I thought, well,
Yeah.
no, Tom, they just hooked you to go watch. That's what they
Yeah,
wanted you to do.
clickbait.
Oh yeah, melee,
Yeah.
a melee.
It wasn't a melee.
They didn't exchange any punches.
Yeah.
They just grabbed each, told them, grab and you get over there, you get over there. I mean,
Yeah.
there was nothing going on, but it said melee last night. I thought, wow, I'm going
Yeah.
to see what that's all about. Wrong. And I thought I got suckered into flipping that thing. What do you call it? Clickbait?
Yeah. Clickbait.
Oh, yeah. So I fell for that one. All right, Tampa Bay, Toronto tonight. Red Sox in Baltimore. Ranger Suarez will go for the Red Sox tonight, trying to get the streak, trying to break it, or set it, rather. The Braves will be in Atlanta with Walker Buehler for the Padres, and the Braves will have Ronaldo Lopez, who's been hot and cold. He
Yeah.
runs hot, he runs cold.
He does. You don't know what you're gonna get with him.
No, same with Elder, although Elder had a pretty good outing last night. San Francisco, Kansas City. The Mets will be in Milwaukee. The Cubs will have Detroit. That's an interesting matchup. The Tigers have won 7 out of 10, and the Cubs are pushing a little bit on Milwaukee. That should be a pretty good series at Wrigley.
Yeah, it should be. Anxious to see what happens. Could be, and can't remember Scooble pitches in that series, but it could be an audition for him for Chicago.
So what if Scooble just says, hey, after all this buzz, I'm just going to stay in Detroit? I mean, is that possible?
I don't know. I don't know the details of his contract. I don't know if he has a no trade in his contract or not.
Well, he was talking. He's banging that drum to be traded back 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they were terrible. They won 7
Yeah.
out of 10. So
Yeah,
will that cool his Jets?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would have to still
He's moving.
think that he would move. There's
Yeah.
still 6 games under 500. So
Texas tonight. The White Sox will be in Texas to battle the Rangers. Rocker will go. Evan Carter last night went 1 for 4, drove in his 25th run of the season. So his bat's warming up, and we need it to warm up, and it is slowly but surely. It's good. Had a 2-run shot in Atlanta over the weekend.
Yep.
Crushed it. So swinging it better. Want him to kick it up even more, and he certainly wants that, of course. Miami is going to be in Houston tonight. Washington and Colorado. Boy, that'll click the turnstiles. The Nationals and the Rockies in Colorado. Whoa, can we fly out there and catch that game tonight, really?
Yeah, the Reds and the Rockies didn't set the woods on fire out there on Sunday. I
No.
watched that game and
Wouldn't have been there for a card game.
You could have had a good seat there. For
Oh,
that
absolutely.
game, no problem.
It was sparse, to say
It
the least.
was, Yeah.
Cardinals in L.A. tonight to battle the Angels. Cincinnati is in Seattle. Pretty good matchup. Chase Burns for the Reds, obviously 11-1. Luis Castillo's 3-8, but he's better than that record indicates.
Yeah.
So pretty good matchup tonight in Seattle, and the Athletics will be in Arizona. That's your Major League schedule for this Tuesday, July the 21st. So you look at the standings. We'll start in the American League East. You got Tampa Bay and the Yankees. Yankees are a
Mhm.
game and a half out. We talked about the Red Sox. They're 3 over 500. It's incredible. They were 14 under, now they're 3 over.
Yeah.
And
Who would have thought it?
who'd have thunk it? And right now they're one of the wild card teams.
Yeah.
The Yankees, Cleveland, and Boston. With Texas on the outside looking in right now in the American League.
Yeah.
In the Central, it's the White Sox by a game over Cleveland. We talk about them. They're not going away, are they?
They're not.
The
They're
White Sox are
not.
there.
Yeah, the White Sox are just. I mean, I'm just amazed. We'll see what happens, in September. But they're playing well. They're playing really good baseball, and look out for Cleveland too. I mean, Cleveland hit how many home runs was it last night? They hit 6 off of Joe Ryan.
Like batting
And,
practice.
Yeah, so I want to say that was the 11th time since 1900 that a pitcher's given up 6 home runs in a game. But that's the record too, by the way.
So So I mean, what do you? I'm trying to put myself in it. What do you? I mean, it's like okay,
Because he's the best pitcher
Yeah, he's the
Minnesota's
ace.
got.
He's
you
the
know?
ace.
Yeah, he's the ace for the Twins.
gave up 6 home runs. So I mean, it's like you just flush it and go okay. Had a crappy outing. We'll try
Yeah.
it again in 5 days.
Yeah, that's all
But
you
it-
can do.
But it has to linger on your head.
Oh, it does.
I mean,
It
I
does.
I walked out there. I'm the ace of the staff, and I got lit up for 6 home runs,
Yeah.
6 taters. I mean, really? So anyway,
They had more off the bullpen too. I mean, I forget how many they had, but it
I
was.
want to
a lot.
say 8. I thought it was 8.
Yeah,
So,
I think it was.
so Minnesota and Cleveland will open up a series tonight. That'll be in Cleveland. So Minnesota chasing them. The Guardians are in second place. There's a 4-game differential, but Minnesota's playing some good baseball. So that's a pretty good series tonight in the Central. In the West, Seattle jumps over Texas. They're now a half-game lead over the Rangers. Houston 3.5 outs. This is a really fun division, and I know the Rangers got Seattle for the weekend in Texas, so
Yeah,
that's going to be a great series. So that one's dog eat dog, and that's a really good one right now.
it is. It is. And the funny thing is, to lead that division, you just got to be around 500. You know, if you're around 500, you got a shot.
Seattle's 51-50. They lead it by a half
Mhm.
game. The Rangers are flat 50-50,
Yeah.
and Houston is 48-54. You know, and so for all this, I mean, they got rid of Framber Valdez. They unloaded a lot of guys, and yet there's the Astros right in the middle of it.
I know.
Who is their manager?
Um,
I couldn't begin to
I
tell you.
can't remember his name right now off the top of my head.
Last one I remember was Dusty Baker, so that's a long,
Yeah, no,
several
that's-
years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, the
I cannot
Astros-
remember his name right now. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, Houston fans.
Welcome to my world. So I don't know my name half the time. So, but anyway, the Astros are playing good baseball. Without, they lost some key players in the offseason. In the National League, of course, the storyline around here is the Braves. This is the Braves country. 3 games out are the Philadelphia Phillies. The Braves have won 6 out of 10. The Phillies have won 6 out of 10. Miami's cooled off, so it's kind of a 2-horse race for the moment. Does Philadelphia have enough in the tank to get them?
Yeah. I think they can catch them. I really do. I think they got a good shot. So
I think they will catch them.
yeah, I think they do. I think they can do it. I mean, it's only 3 games, and
Yeah.
you know, that's a cold streak for one team, a hot streak for the other team. And
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah, I told a guy over the weekend, which did not go well at Crazy Eights. He said, "What do you think about baseball? What do you think about the Braves?" I said, "I think the Phillies can win the division." What? I thought it was a little attack wheel. I said, "What?" I said, "You ask."
Yeah.
I think the Phillies going to win the division. So,
Yeah, I think they're both playoff teams for sure.
mhm.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think the Phillies are going to catch them and win the
Yeah.
division.
Here's the key to that baseball team. I've said this. Everybody thinks, I don't get it right very often, but I'm telling you, as Matt Olson goes, that team goes. When he's on fire, he's smoking the ball.
Yeah,
He's swinging the stick like we know he can. Remember, they unloaded Freddie Freeman to get Matt Olson. Olson's lived up to his billing, but when he is off just a smidge, they're off. When he's cooking, they're cooking. That's
Yeah.
back to what you said, the Red Sox. The hitting's contagious when Olson's on. So
Mhm.
I think he's the key to the rest of the season. But
yeah, and they got Acuna back, so see
Yeah.
what he does. See
Yeah.
if he's able to really spark some fire in that team as well. So, I mean, they're a great team. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
I think Philadelphia's going to catch them.
Yeah.
I really do.
well, the Braves are 17 over 500. They're not going to fold.
No, they're not.
But the Phillies are 11 games over 500, and they're playing really good baseball. In fact, in the division, let's see, in the East, they are 16-13. At home, they are 27-22. They got a better road record. Phillies are 29-22 on the road. They play better away from Philly. The Braves, on the other hand, they're 30-19 at home, which is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And in the division, they're only 17-10. So, anyway, that's what's going on in the East and the Central. Milwaukee and the Cubs. Cubbies are 7 out. Milwaukee, again, they just keep. We talk about this every single week. There's nothing fancy. There's nothing flashy. The Brewers just go out and do it.
They just go out and win. They play good, fundamental baseball. They don't make mistakes. I mean, they'll make a mistake here and there, but they don't make a lot of mistakes. That's for sure. So they're not like the Reds, who could have turned 3 double plays yesterday and didn't.
Wow. That's pretty pitiful in Major League Baseball. I mean, that's the big boys can't turn a double play ball. That's people dropping balls. What I didn't see.
Dropping balls, bad throws. Just taking too much time. Even
Wow.
you got to have that mental clock going off in your head,
Yeah.
telling you when you got to get rid of the ball.
You can't pump it. grab that ball to ground ball, pump it once. No, you got to get rid of it
So-
because these guys can fly.
Yeah. So the only run that Andrew Abbott gave up in that game yesterday was an unearned run because they could have turned a double play and they didn't.
Wow. So the Milwaukee's right there, folks. Or not right there. They're leading the division.
Yeah, Milwaukee's
Strong.
really good.
Yeah. Is that what somebody could win it all this year?
They could.
Yeah.
They could. I mean, we talked about just going ahead and handing the trophy to the Dodgers, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Milwaukee could sneak up on them and take that thing. I mean, if you look at their records, Milwaukee's half a game better right now.
And for the Phillies, I keep waiting. Again, the key guy for them, I think, it's not Schwarber. I think it's Bryce Harper. When he gets
Yeah.
going, and he's running hot and cold. He's having an okay year, but nothing great.
Yeah.
When he won, they called out during the offseason, the Phillies management says, or was it Schwarber? One of them they called out in the offseason, said, what's the deal? This guy's not producing. And
Yeah.
Schwarber stepped up, and he's producing. I can't remember
Yeah,
his
it,
name or
it
Harper.
wasn't Schwarber. It was Harper.
It was Harper,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Schwarber, gosh, hit what 50 something home runs last year. So
And he's leading the league this year.
he is.
So he's cracking them.
Yeah.
Cranking them out. In the West, Dodgers. So what's the story on Shohei Ohtani? We're talking Greg Sauer, Mr. Baseball. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Ohtani, they're going to keep him off the mound, keep him at the plate. What's the story on Ohtani right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep him healthy. I think is what they're trying to do. I don't think there's really anything much wrong with him. He may have some aches and pains. It's that time of season, We're getting ready to go into August. August is when, man, you should really start feeling it. And I think they're just trying to keep him fresh and healthy. I really do. Because he's not been completely healthy this season. So I don't know. I haven't heard of anything that's really a bad. I mean, because he did tweak something a couple weeks ago. I can't remember, hamstring or something. It's something he tweaked. His knee, maybe.
It was his name, yeah.
And he, so I think they're just trying to keep him healthy, just trying to keep him going down the stretch because he is a guy they need for sure.
So the rotation, off the top of my head, is Robleski, who's pitching tonight, Sasaki, Yamamoto, of course, Ohtani, Blake Snell, he's still on the glass now, and Snell are still on the shelf, aren't they?
I think, didn't Snell come back? Maybe did he go back on the?
I can't remember.
He may have. He may have gone back on the.
So you take those guys pretty good and throw Scooble in there.
Yeah.
Look out. So
Yeah.
in the wild card right now,
Yeah, you're right about Snell. It's
he's still on the shelf.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Snell.
Lauer pitching tomorrow night.
Yeah. Who?
Lauer.
Oh, Eric Lauer. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pitching tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So here's your wild card right now. It is wide open in the National League. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 teams, including the Reds. I threw the Reds in there just because I feel sorry for them. But the Cubs, Philadelphia, the Cardinals, Miami, the Pirates. There you go. Arizona. And then right under the line is Washington, the Padres, and the Reds. So that's eight teams trying to get those 3 slots. A lot of baseball left, but you would have to think the Cubs and Phillies are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you would think so. And I look for Miami to sneak in there. Really do. I think they got a good shot.
So I think my sneaker's going to be the Pirates.
Okay, that's possible too.
So they're playing pretty good without.
Mhm.
I mean, Skeens is okay,
Yeah,
but the Pirates are playing pretty good baseball over and above Paul Skeens.
yeah,
I
they
mean, you
are.
know you're going to get a pretty good outing from him
Yeah,
more times than not.
yeah. And they picked up Ryan O'Hearn, and I'm going to tell you that was a good pickup for them.
Hmm.
That really was. I said it when they did it, and he's proven me right.
So would the Pirates be buyers or sellers come trade deadline?
I don't know if they'll do a whole lot, but I think if they do anything, they will be buyers. I don't think they'll do a whole lot. They won't make the big flashy move.
What are we buying? Pitchers?
Everybody wants pitching.
Everybody's on pitchers.
Everybody wants pitching.
Everybody
Yeah.
needs pitching.
Yeah.
And so, but you look at all these teams, they're in the hunt for the wild cards. I mean, that'll really make it exciting in August.
Oh, it will.
It'll be a great finish.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to stop right now on July 21st, I would say the Cubs and the Phillies are pretty well locked in.
Pretty
unless
much.
they have a meltdown.
Yeah, and it could happen
Sure.
for
You got
either one or both of them.
See, 1, 2, then you got 2, 4, 6. Is that right? 2, 4, 6. Yes. 7 other teams: Cardinals, Miami, the Pirates, Arizona, who is kind of mired in right in behind the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, the Padres, and the Reds.
If you got a winning record in the National League, you got a legitimate shot at the wild card.
Hmm. Oh yes. So Good stuff going on Texas. Another on the American League. They're right underneath the line to get in. Evan Carter and the boys from
Yeah.
Elizabethton, number 32. So right now it's the Yankees, Cleveland, and Boston. Two of the three teams in the American League East.
Yeah.
And then you got the Rangers and the Guardians. So pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Once again, if you're at 500, you got a shot.
yep. What else going on?
So, Hall of Fame induction coming up as well. So, always anxious for that. That's
Refresh
something-
my memory. Who's going in?
Andrew Jones, Carlos Beltran. I'm drawing a blank. So
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones going in,
Yeah.
and see, Dave Parker went in last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, Andrew Jones, Carlos Beltran, and
I'm
Jeff
looking it
Kent?
up.
No.
Jeff Kent, you're right.
Jeff
It's
Kent?
Jeff Kent.
wow,
Yeah,
Way to go,
that's
Tom.
it. Jeff Kent. You thought of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Got
Jeff
him.
Kent went in with the
mine like a steel trap. So
the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee.
Jeff Kent,
Yeah.
deservingly so.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, he could play.
Absolutely. I think the writers didn't put him in just because he didn't have a great relationship with the writers.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to him a lot.
Nor did remember, of course, Steve Carlton. They're
Oh yeah.
not much of an interview guy either,
Right.
and they held that against him a lot.
Yeah. He
But-
got in, but it wasn't first round.
No,
And Steve Carlton was the first round.
first
Hall of
round.
Famer.
Oh yes,
There's no doubt.
he could bring it. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, birthday today, guys, pretty good picture back in the day. CC Sabathia is a birthday boy today.
Oh yeah.
You remember Cat Stevens? He's having a birthday.
Cat Stevens.
Yeah,
is-
the singer,
Yeah.
Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
He's 73 today. That's useless trivia, but Cat's yeah. It's like
CC Sabathia's lost a ton of weight. Have you seen him lately?
yes, man, he's
Lost a lot of weight.
slimmed down.
Yeah.
So
Which he always had that pitching weight. That seemed to go help him when he was
Mm-hmm.
pitching.
so good stuff.
Yeah.
Getting ready to get you something to eat. You gotta go to work. I know that.
Yes, sir.
Get you something to eat. Rock on out of here, and we'll see you next
All right.
week.
Yes, sir.
So-
Sounds good.
Mr. Baseball, Greg Sawyer. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got more for you after this from Phil's Dream Pit, a quest for perfect barbecue, on show number 2,536. We're on our way to 2,600. Axel
Yeah.
says we're on our way to 3,000. I said,
Okay.
sir, yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
3,000. Okay.
3,000, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. We'll take a break right back after this. Thanks to Mr. Baseball, Greg Sawyer, Phil's Dream Pit.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
We're talking to Michaela Miller, one of our great sponsors at Phil's Dream Pit. Springtime events coming up, Bible schools, class reunions, wedding receptions, you name it. How can you help us in the springtime?
Meat, bulk orders, meat by the pound. Come out, order some pulled pork, get you some buns, maybe a side or two.
Let's talk Dream Packs. Tell us about the Dream Packs.
Dream packs, we start at 4, go as big as you need. Honestly, as big as you need. I got one tomorrow for 104. Pulled pork, 3 sides. We do offer pork, chicken, pulled beef, brisket. We even do the half chickens on the bone. But yeah, you get the meat, 3 sides, sauce, and buns.
Phone number to call is 349-6437 for the Dream Packs. Feeds 4 at a time, and you can do as many as you want. Then you talk about meat by the pound. Got something coming up. You just want the meat. Tell us about the meat by the pound. How's that work?
We pretty much 1 pound will, 1 pound will feed 4. Comes out to about $15.99 per pound.
What's
We
my
got-
options on the meat?
Really, when you do it by the meat, you can do anything: ribs, half chickens, pork, brisket, turkey, chicken. We even got Italian sausage and jalapeno, cheddars.
There you go.
Really, anything we can do in bulk.
It's all right here. Dream Packs or meat by the pound. You got an event coming up. You need some help. It's a phone call away. 423-349-6437. The quest for perfect barbecue. Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star X of Interstate 26. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2,000. You see it on the screen, 2,536. On our way to 2,600 shows. Ultimately, 3,000 shows. I think I'm going to go off and right off in the sunset, I think. But Tara's here, ready to go. She does the catering from right here at Phil's Dream Pit. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. It's been a great summer. Food trucks are out. Got 2 food trucks on the road at all times, out serving the great food. We have got the new second restaurant, if you will. It feels probably going to be early September, right around Labor Day, in Elizabethton, which we're very excited about in Betsytown. They're very excited. But if you need a catering opportunity, if you need something going on, so this summer you've done what? You've done class reunions.
Class reunions, weddings, church picnics.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, a lot of rehearsal dinners too. I've had quite a few of those. There's a big church function that's coming up soon. So
You've done company picnics too, right?
yes.
Stuff,
Yeah.
summer picnics. So it runs the gamut. And so the phone number to call is 349-6437 to call and say, okay, how can you help us? What's the budget? That's the first thing. What's the budget? What do you want? What's the biggest one you've
Right.
done so far this summer?
This summer probably right under 200.
200 folks?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Phil's Dream Pit. So step me through it. I call you up on the phone and say,
yeah, we
I
find out.
want you to come. Step me through the process, would you please?
Yeah, we find out like when your event is and about how many people you're gonna have. And of course, I understand how things can change. If it's 2 months away, you may think you have 70 people invited, and then
Sure.
it ends up being 90. So we can always
Flexible.
update that. Yeah,
Being
totally.
flexible.
Flexible is my middle name.
Yes. Flexible. Terra Flexible. Absolutely. So, and it does change. And so, all right, the menu, do I pick or do you pick it?
I can make suggestions for you, but of course it's whatever the customer wants. So.
Sure. So you typically do the meats. Now, as far as catering, you do everything. They just come get the meat.
Yes.
You come set it up, tear it down. How's that work?
All of the above.
All the above, whatever we need.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can have a crew come out, set up and serve, clean up afterwards. We can also do the delivery option, which is really popular. So basically, we bring the food out to your event and set up. And there's a lot of small events that I've done like that too, where it's just like 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you think your order's too small, we can work with you. Or if it's last minute, you need something this afternoon, we can try to accommodate the best we can.
Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to switch gears talking about the Dream Packs because high school football starts in 30 days. Hard to believe it's here. And so we got to meet the Cyclones Friday night coming up. So you're heading to a high school football game on Friday night, or ETSU or UT or whatever,
Yes.
whoever, and you don't want to cook, and you want to get it and grab it to go, come through here and grab a Dream Pack. Tell us about the Dream Packs.
Oh yeah, the Dream Pack comes with the meat, the buns, the sauce, 3 sides. We can add on some gallons of tea or banana pudding.
Mm.
So
Mm.
we got some different packages that we can put together for you, customize it if we need to.
Absolutely. So
And, then it's all, we can put it all in pans for you. So it's super easy to serve. You just throw everything away at the end of the night.
Yep. So the key to this whole thing is call this number 349-6437, and the magic phrase is, can you do ... And then she'll tell you what you can. 9 times out of 10 you can.
Yeah, I don't like to say no.
No, we don't like to say no. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. I don't think I've ever asked you, when you go on break and you have lunch, what do you eat?
A lot of times they'll do what I call a parfait, and it's the macaroni salad and some pork and baked beans on top of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mike salad, pork, and baked bean combo.
Yeah.
I've never tried that one. I may have tried that sometime. Can't go wrong. That's pretty cool. Now, you sell a ton of pulled pork.
Oh yeah,
What is the most popular when you do catering? Is it pulled pork?
definitely the pulled
Pulled pork. All
Yeah.
right. But there's a whole menu right here. You can call and they'll go through it for you. Or you can go to the website, philsdreampit.com, and check it out. 349-6437, Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. The wall used to be full. They had so many things. You guys just stopped doing them. I know you had those ribs contests and chili cook-offs,
Yes.
and they just stopped because they won it every time. They stopped going out and doing it.
No, I think that's coming up soon.
Coming
The
up?
Rex at the Tracks is.
Or Racks for the Tracks is coming, yep. But I know back in the day, Phil himself just said, we won so many, we're just going to take a break. It's that good of folks. It's that good. So, anyway, I know you get back to work.
Award winning.
Award winning. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Little Miss Tara, she does a wonderful job. Let's do a little catering. We'll be right back with Frank and Bradley from Visit Kingsport on the Tom Taylor Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Summertime's here. Catering. How can you help us with an event?
Well, we're doing weddings, rehearsal dinners, reunions, graduation parties, and even if you feel like it's getting down to the wire, give us a call
Mm-hmm.
because we can usually accommodate you.
Absolutely. So, do you bring and set it up? Do we come get it? How does that work?
All of the above. So you can either have us come out and do a full catering where we have like a crew of people come and serve your guests and clean up afterwards. We also have our mini catering where it's just one person that comes out and like makes sandwiches, and then you do the rest buffet, the sides and everything buffet style. We can also do a drop off and set up, and that's where we deliver it to your location and set everything up. And then we can also do, pick up in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we can, and whatever you need to meet your budget, we
Yeah,
can work with.
Sure, the budget. Now, on the menu itself, do we pick? Do you have certain items we pick for catering? Or is it anything on the menu?
It's pretty much anything on the menu is available for the catering. I may, if you want some advice, I'm happy to give it.
So, phone number is
423-798-7899.
423-798-7899 to get your catering needs taken care of right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Here's your catering coordinator. She is the lady who can make it go for you. Tara Salamino from Phil's Dream Pit, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
We're all picky about our produce, and whether you're a thumper, a sniffer, a squeezer, or just plain particular, we promise no one is more picky about produce than Food City. That's why we're introducing our Picky Promise. Whether it's from farms down the road or tropical produce from the ends of the earth, we guarantee it's fresh or we'll replace it. You see, we're picky about produce, so you don't have to be.
Back in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, what a treat for me. It's been a while since we had this man on, but we used to do, back when I did Dobbins Minute play-by-play, you helped me do some of that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Arby's Classic, we went up to Arby's. Went to Cherokee one night, did a game down there. Where else?
I just know that I definitely had to face for radio back then.
Well, we both do. We've aged a little bit. We still got a face for radio. So, Frank's with us from Visit Kingsport on the move. Back in the day when I was around Kingsport a lot, and still is. Bradley's going to talk about it in a minute. A lot of tournaments coming to town. You guys are always bringing in teams, and whether it's basketball or baseball or softball or whatever different sports, bringing them into the model city, and of course that benefits everybody, doesn't it?
That's right. I remember you would say it, but hit the tax coffers. That was your line, right? I
Hit the
remember
tax
that was,
coffers.
So we've been at it for, before me and Bradley were there, since the late 80s. Visit Kingsport's been operating these youth sports tournaments. Bradley can tell you more about this. You'll probably be shocked to know. I remember back in the day we'd do 8 or 9 a year, and it was a big deal. And this year we're going to do about 42 youth sports events, either
Wow.
collegiate or youth events that we touch in some way. Massive economic impact to the city, over $25 million in economic impact to Kingsport just through the sports tourism efforts. That doesn't count our special events, concerts, conventions, and meetings. The list goes on and on, truly. It's so much. We've got a staff of 11 now, including myself and Bradley. So just a lot of things have happened in 21 years, Tom.
Got to work with one the other night. Did a great job, of course, young lady, the Fun Fest director, and so Miss Thompson. And so it was the Crazy Eights had over 5,000 with I think it's 3,800 runners, another 1,100 walkers. So plus the youth, they include those with the little eights. So it was a big night last Saturday night at J. Britt Johnson Stadium. So talk about this because I don't do it as good as you can. But when these teams come to town, it does help our taxes. It makes our taxes, we being the residents in the area, makes our taxes go down. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's proven data through the Department of Revenue, through the Department of Tourism. The state publishes a report every year. We'll get those numbers coming up in the fall at the Governor's Conference in Gatlinburg, which was hosted in Kingsport last year. But if it wasn't for those tourism dollars that people spend, you would pay more in taxes annually. It helps decrease the cost of services. That's kind of the name of the game across the state. The statewide number is a little over $1,000 a year. We're not quite that high here. Cost of living is a little lower in Northeast Tennessee, but still substantial savings each year. We're about, for the area, around $800 if you combine the upper 8 counties that tourism saves you, and it's pretty simple. People that don't live here spend money here. It's a high sales tax state. We don't have state income tax. Anybody who doesn't live in Tennessee spends their money here, and it's basically free money for our municipalities and counties to operate with.
Told you he could nail it. He always did. That's why we always have him on. We're going to have him on a lot. He doesn't know that. We're getting ready to work him pretty good, like a mule, him and Bradley. So you have tournaments, Ken. So far, here we are in mid-July, mid to late July. So what has been in Kingsport so far this year? Basketball, wrestling, what else?
Yeah,
what else been in?
pretty much all of those. We have a long-standing relationship with the Appalachian Athletic Conference, which I know you have ties with Milligan University. We've been hosting their baseball championship since 2007 in Kingsport. We host 9 of their sports championships between men's and women's events. We've also got the longest running history with the NAI of hosting a opening round of the World Series. You've worked some of those games for us on the PA up there. We've been at that for over 15 years. It's kind of a neat stat. Tennessee Wesleyan University came through the Kingsport bracket this past year and won the World Series. That's their 3rd World Series championship.
Wow.
And I think 7 World Series champions in the last 20 years
Baseball?
have come through Kingsport. Yeah.
Top of baseball?
Yeah.
The Bulldogs.
So if you come through Kingsport in the opening round bracket, your chances are substantially higher than if you go to a different bracket. It's what we like to say. But just a number of events. Bradley can tell you all the details from volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, wrestling. We just did a jiu-jitsu tournament over at the TAC at the Old Sullivan North a couple weeks ago. We've got he can give you all the great details. We've got a great first-time opportunity for a college volleyball tournament coming soon, youth volleyball tournament, just a lot. I mean, if you can play it and you'll come and spend the night in Kingsport, we'll help you get it here.
So back in the day when I was around, because folks may not, I mean, I did a show in Kingsport.
You're still around, Tom.
Well, I know, but I mean, when I was directly involved in Kingsport, I did the morning show over there on radio back in the day. You guys had to go out and do a bidding process. You'd have to go and with a notebook. Remember we used to help put the book together a little bit, and you go and go to this wherever they're going to have to make the determination and bid against other cities in the country to bring the events to Kingsport. Is the reputation to the point now you don't have to do that? Or you still have to go bidding?
Probably the best compliment we ever got paid is when people call and say we'd like to have our event in Kingsport.
There you go.
We used to do that, and we still do that some for meetings, conventions for sure. There are some sports tournaments here and there, but we've kind of, I won't say kind of, we've built a reputation that we're going to deliver a quality event in Kingsport, and we're proud of that. And we've also kind of went a step further, and we own a lot of our own events. So we've created them. We've worked them for 20 years. The show is one of those. We partner with Ken French, who used to coach at Tusculum, has coached at Rio University, Oakland City University, and he came to us several years ago. You've been over for the tournament at Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And we started with 8 teams the first year. I'd never met Ken before in my life. He called and said, I want to do this tournament in Kingsport. Been dreaming about it. I said, all right, let's give it a shot. We've had as many as 32 teams. That was a little much. Me and Bradley about what hair I have left got pulled out. But we've backed that down, and we do 24 teams every Thanksgiving. But we own that. We own that event with Ken, and we don't have to go get it. And there's a waiting list of teams to get in.
Wow.
It's just the most remarkable thing, and people look forward to coming to it. We call it, it's the premier holiday tournament in the NAI world.
What's really cool, I got to give kudos to Metaview because they take the Grand Ballroom and transform it into a basketball arena, and it's really cool. We got the shot clocks. People obviously got seats for the fans, and so you go, okay, when you walk in, when it's like right now, go, how do you put a basketball tournament on? But they do it and do it well, and so, and it's the cool thing about this is because the coaches have told me, they stay upstairs, so all you got to do is come down the elevator and come do a shoot around or practice. I don't get on a bus and go somewhere. It's all self-contained, and they like that, and it's an easy sell, isn't it?
Yeah, we've done the Thanksgiving tournament there, which is a massive sell for us. We do the Appalachian Athletic Conference men's and women's basketball championship there. We've hosted their women's volleyball there for a number of years. We've done a wrestling events in there, but you hit the nail on the head. It's a contained environment, as contained as you want to be. If you
Sure.
want to leave and you want to move around, you can do that. But if you want to come there, keep your team there, and just come for the tournament, you can do that.
You do
we
that.
like for you to get out and spend a little money at other places, but if you choose to just stay there, you can just stay there.
You pick one. I'm going to tell you one of the more unique back in the day. They had a conference came to town, or an event for the weekend. It was Kathy that used to work at the KCVB, now visit Kingsport. Can't remember her last name. I can see her. Kathy, but anyway, we had a bicycle built for two convention came to town, and then one time I was out
Kathy
there.
Harvey.
Kathy Harvey, thank you. And then we had a ambulance, old antique ambulances and hearses was on the Meadowview parking lot one time. And I thought, this is the craziest thing. It drew people from all over the place. People want to come in and see old-timey ambulances and hearses. So you just never know what's going to flip somebody's trigger. What's one jumps out at you that you think it's not the norm?
Well, I'm going to give you a grouping, okay? So pandemic happened. We had to change how we were doing business because there's still meetings, conferences, and conventions, but they're not quite like what they used to be because we have what we're looking at now, camera. So we knew we had to shift a little bit. We got hot and heavy into the car business, so car associations. We've had Oldsmobile Club of America, Mustangs, Porsches, Corvette, you name it, we've had them. But the one that I think most people would find most interesting is Meadowview became dog-friendly, pet-friendly during the pandemic, which opened a door to go after dog associations.
Really?
So we have hosted a number of dog associations over the past 5 or 6 years. I'm trying to think. We've had the Doberman Pinscher Association twice. We've had the Beagles. We've had the Dalmatians. We've had the Corgis, Portuguese water dogs. The list goes on and on.
Too cool.
But to have that pivot and decide we need to change our shift and focus on what we're going after. We still go after meetings, conventions. We just had Tennessee Municipal League 2 weeks ago in Kingsport. First time they'd ever been to Kingsport out of over 600 attendees. The Governor's Conference last fall. We've got several more on the books coming up very soon. But the dog associations and the car associations, I would put that in the category of Luther Kane, with Going Rash Kane. I remember the first time we bought the basketball courts, and he came over to see it, and he said, when we were working on this project in '95, putting basketball courts in here was not on our radar. So we've had to, adapt and do what we need to do to be successful and drive the tourism.
Well, my favorite memories personally was I used to do a lot of emceeing the AAU opening ceremonies. Usually it was in the Buck House Dome, like it always was. But, one year, Summit, late Pat Summit was the keynote speaker. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I'll never forget that long. I mean, she was electric. And she got up on that podium and said, I'm only going to be here for a few minutes, so please listen. And those girls, she had everybody and the parents, everybody in the palm of her hand. And I'll never forget that. And they'd lost that previous season. And so stupid me, before we got started, said, Coach, how'd last year go? And she got those. I mean, I got the look, and she went back and did the final 3 or 4 minutes of that game they lost. I mean, literally play by play. And I thought, Tom, buddy, why did you ever ask her that? Because she was intense. But
I remember left, right, step, breathe. That's what she talked about.
Yep.
Left, right, step, breathe.
That's it. She
You
did.
can get through it all.
Yep. So had some great memories in Kingsport, and loved my time over there. Still like going over there. Had a blast over there Friday night, or rather Saturday, with the Crazy Eights. It's Fun Fest week for folks out there who may not know. It's a big draw. You've got some great concerts coming in. See if I can do this. You got Jeremy Camp and Katie Nicole on Thursday. Friday night is Daughtry and Switchfoot, and then Saturday is Brothers Osborne and Leanne Rhymes.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
So-
You nailed it. Record number of events this year throughout the week. We got, Tom's got a Fun Fest schedule. He was prepped right there, ready to rock and roll. We got bingo coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon at Meadowview. I know is a hot topic. Singo tonight. Let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday, so we're going to kick off on the taste is probably kicking off. We've got outdoor movie night. I mean, Tom's got the list up here. I was going off memory, but I can tell you, I mean, there's workouts every morning at 5:30. That's why Tom was a little late getting here today. I know
I
he didn't
was.
get a shower.
I was pumping.
Parks and Rec has stuff going on. I mean, what an amazing event. I mean, we're 48 years, I think, partnership between the city and all of our great sponsors. You know, I start listing them and I would leave somebody out, but I got to throw the city in there. You know, them and Eastman, I would probably have to say, you know, Eastman and the city started this. And here we are carrying on the tradition. Emily Thompson, Ashley Klein carrying the torch for us, and just they could write a book. People would not believe the things that happen behind the scenes and what happens. Bradley can probably tell you some stories. He's usually the runners for the artist. Can't remember the guy's name. He comes off the stage a couple years ago, and Bradley said, "What do you want to do?" And he said, "There's Chick-fil-A here?" And he said, "Yes, sir, there is." And he said, "I want a soft serve ice cream from Chick-fil-A." Cold Ford, yeah.
Oh, really?
So
That's awesome.
So Bradley takes him to Chick-fil-A, and they go through the drive-through, and that young person working the drive-through window probably had no idea what was going on.
But Cold Ford is in the house.
That's right. That's right. You know, the stories go on and on, but you know, just an amazing job by Ashley and Emily and our whole team pitching in to make sure it happens. Again, the city. I tell you, who doesn't get enough credit? It's the public work guys.
I'm getting ready to toot their horn because
Yeah.
when I do the Crazy Eights, we get done 9, 10, 11 o'clock. If you'll come back in about an hour, or maybe give them 2 hours, you'll never know there's an event there. They've already cleaned the place up. The police department's got everybody onto their cars, got traffic flow back out on Fort Henry. You've got the street folks that come in and clean, got all the trash out. Even after concerts, I mean, they're on it, and so they don't ever get enough publicity, I don't think, because they can transform that stadium about an hour after it's over, 90 minutes. You'd never know it was an event that had, what do we say, almost 4,000 runners there on Saturday evening. They do a great job.
Yeah, I mean, you think about too. I mean, this happens all the time, and people, you don't need to see it because you need to be in bed doing sleeping, getting rest. But we'll run events. You know, talk about the Crazy Eights that happened this past weekend. You know, all told with all the runners, their families. Taking a stab in the dark here, probably 7,000-8,000 people down there, right? Next day, nothing. It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
There's still
Oh, yeah.
school activities going on this week, and then you know, in the next 48 hours, everything's rolling in there to start staging for the concerts this weekend. And you know, and then you got this whole other factor that none of us can control, and that's the weather.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know what Hank Brown did, but it seems to act like it's going to rain every year at the Crazy Eights, and somehow
Goes
it happens,
around us.
right?
Yeah.
Same things happen at concerts. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen, and you just have to be ready and adjust and do the best you can, and hope the public understands that as much as I'd like to try, no one on our team can control the weather.
Well, and what I like about it, Emily will come and say, okay, there's lightning there, you hold off. And so safety's always first with everybody there, the runners, the patrons, the fans, and that's the way it should be. And so
Yeah.
they do a great job. Hello, Jimmy Stout down in Georgia watching the show. Thank you. He's a cool cat. All the shows he can be listening to in Atlanta where he lives, he watches this every day. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So I want to get your take. I know Bradley's going to join us here in a second. We're talking to Frank from Visit Kingsport. So the world of college athletics, whew, it has changed. I mean, it changes almost every day when I come to the show. Now, today, we talked about this last night. We booked you coming in. That Sankey, the SEC commissioner, has come out and said, okay, this is not leverage. This is honest communication. This Protect College Sports Act's up there in Congress right now. He says, we are not going to sign off on this because it's limiting us to not being able to spin off and start our own league. I mean, I got the article right here. He said, if we want to spin off, and we can because we got the oomph to do it, we being the SEC and the Big Ten, we are not going to sign off on that. So I don't know where you stand on that with Congress and what are they going to do? You can't make them come in there and be a part of it because the SEC said, we want to have the ability, if things don't go our way, we can spin off and start our own super league, and they can do that easily.
It's interesting. Yeah, I would say almost scary. Yeah, I did share with Tom. I won't go into the details of the whole story. I've met Greg Sankey at a conference. I was introducing the person who was introducing him, and I'll tell you that guy. He's intimidating. No doubt about it. He knows what he's doing. He's very confident. You know, as a Tennessee fan, I'm glad he's leading our league. And you know, what's his line? He says there's something different about the SEC. I think, and there is, and you know, they've built the brand, they've built the equity. I'm not sure I have a good opinion on which way it should go, but I know how it is. Um, the money's there. We've already pulled the lid off that box, and I don't think you can go backwards. If you go backwards, you're going to kill college athletics. You could probably debate that we've already killed college athletics. It's more of a pay to play, and I loved Rick Barnes' comments a couple years ago when he benched our starter, and he said, "We pay you to make jump shots, and you're not making jump shots." I mean, but that's where we've got to.
Yeah.
And Rick Barnes is not a new coach. I mean, he's been around for years and grew up in the old school mentality, and he held the players' feet to the fire, and he understands it's a business. And not to bore everybody with the dollars and cents, but it is really big money.
Oh,
it's not just
absolutely.
big money; it's really big money.
Well, I told you last night on the phone. I mean, I got the article over here. Auburn, September the 5th, playing the Aflac kickoff ball. They've replaced Chick-fil-A with Aflac. They're playing Baylor on September the 5th, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Aflac's going to pay Auburn's players. Poor old Baylor ain't getting squat. So Auburn is getting $6 million divided by 24 players. I don't know whether it's all get the same or it's going to be depending where we are in the field with the lineman versus quarterback. But bottom line is potentially every kid on that team for one game will get $250,000 to play the Aflac Bowl on September the 5th.
I'd suit up for
Unprecedented.
$250,000. How about you?
You what?
I said I'd suit up for $250,000.
I think so. I could buy some pulled pork at Phil's for $250,000. But I mean, that's where we are. And so a couple of years ago, I kept thinking, all right, now why is the Big Ten going after the California market, L.A., Southern Cal, and USC? And I'm thinking, ding, ding, ding. I mean, you look at SEC and the Big Ten, they've got every major market in America. Northwestern's in Chicago. You've got Ohio State. I mean, you go right down the list. Michigan State, the Big Ten. Then you come down to the SEC. Most of the major cities in the South have an affiliation or close to that with an SEC team. So they have brokered. They're smart. They got the media behind them. They've got the population behind them. They got the television rights. So Sankey's right. If we don't get what we want, we'll take our toys and start our own league.
I think you're right. There's two things that I think about. You got television market, big money.
Big money.
You got three largest apparel manufacturers deep in it. You got Under Armour, Adidas, and Nike. I mean, you can look. I don't want to misquote here, but you can look and see what that deal was worth to switch from Nike back to Adidas. This is the University of Tennessee. I mean, there's
Huge.
big payment. That doesn't count the player NIL deals that those apparel companies may have. Those two things in my mind stand out as the biggest portion, because with the TV rights comes TV advertising. You can look back to I think it was the Big Ten Network when they were splitting with the schools. SEC the same way. You're bought in on the share. Bradley's, he's a Clemson fan, so he can tell you about the ACC, almost a college conference.
Wow.
Shots fired. But you
That's
just look at
pretty good.
those big dollars. It's almost monopoly money. You think about it, and then I was thought about this after we got off the phone last night, and it's hard to say, but Georgia's been paying them for a long time, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you remember
absolutely.
the McDonald's bags? Tennessee was guilty of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of money. It's just crazy to think about that. We used to worry about giving a couple $100 to a lineman, but now we're going to give them a couple million.
$250,000 for one game. Auburn's players. So before I let you go, we'll get Bradley in here too. I want to get your take on the SEC. Georgia is the same old, same old. First off, what's your take on the Vols this year?
I'm interested to see how this defensive coordinator situation works out. I mean, that's obviously Heupel's high-power offense. He's going to score the points. We got players. The other thing that we didn't talk about with the money part, and this translates to this, is the transfer portal. I mean, that plays into it all right. I mean, it's you don't like it here, you go somewhere else. You don't like it there, you go somewhere else. You go where the money is. So being able to play that transfer portal, I think, is going to, that's key to anybody. Tennessee can play that game a little bit. We do have some donors. We have some ways to do that, and they changed those NIL rules, and there's just a lot at play there. You have a new defensive coordinator who's proven at Penn State and Ohio State. We need to beef up the defense. We can score the points, but we got to stop the other team from scoring. It's pretty much that easy. I mean, it's not that easy, but score more than the other team and don't let them score.
Had a stat this morning before you guys got here, which I did not know. It's interesting that Tennessee has led the SEC in rushing for the last 5 years. And I'm thinking, you got Alabama, you got Georgia, at Ole Miss, so they're great running backs. Tennessee averages 204 yards a game rushing the football. And then we're the only one that's got a 1,000-yard rush for 3 straight seasons, which is the longest in the SEC right now. Last year was Deshaun Bishop. So I'm thinking, so the offense is not a problem. They got a high-octane offense. The defense has been where it's let us down. Losing Chaz Coleman, how big is that? How big a hole is that to fill?
That's a problem, right? I mean, you got to find somebody in the portal, or hope you got somebody riding second or third behind him that's ready to step up and prove themselves. There's a lot. There's money that's motivating the players. Obviously, it's a big game, money game, but you got to make sure that you can't lose focus on the pride of the school. And that's not just Tennessee, it's everybody. It's these historic programs, legacy programs. You got to be proud to put that uniform on. Just walk out there with whether it's the Kentucky Wildcat on the side or Power T or the A for Alabama. You got to have some pride, and that's got to drive you a little bit. And talking to rushing, Tom, I'll say I remember the leading team that rushing at halftime between Alabama and Tennessee. Whoever had the most rushing yards won the game, something like 40 out of 40 years.
Oh, really?
I think that's right, but it's changed now because it's not just about rushing. So it'd be interesting. Somebody check my stats on that, but it was the same way with Florida when Spurrier was there. Whoever had the most rushing yards at halftime won the game.
I did not know. That's a great stat.
I don't think that's a situation anymore.
No, but that's a great stat for them. All right, so I'm going to put you to the test before we go here. I got Bradley wanting, and then Axel's in the house. He's going to talk to me a little bit. Furman, win or loss?
That's a winner.
At Georgia Tech.
I think that's going to be closer than most people think. But
I do too.
I'm going to take the Vols.
All right, Kennesaw State back home, checkbook game.
That's right. You're welcome, Kennesaw State. We just funded your scholarships for 5 years.
We just bought you helmets for the next 5 years. Texas coming to town.
That's the biggest game of the year, I think. And noon kickoff. Thanks ESPN didn't do us any favors there.
In the heat of September.
That's right.
You got the Vols, the Longhorns.
My heart says Vols. My brain says Longhorns.
Loss. Okay. Auburn coming to town.
I think we squeak that one out. I think it'll be a close game too, but I think the crowd will help us there. Arkansas.
I think that's a trap game. Auburn's a trap game.
Yeah.
They went out, now on paper they've gotten better, but we'll see if it translates to the field. But we'll have them in October. Going to Arkansas, what do you think there?
I think the Vols might win that one. You're right, the trap game there.
Alabama coming to town.
I think that's going to be a victory for the Vols. We seem to own them a little bit when we're at home.
Okay. Going to South Carolina.
It's going to be a tough one, but old Shane will be crying when the Vols walk out of there with a victory.
Got them 7-1. Kentucky's coming to Knoxville.
That's going to be a beatdown. Tennessee's winner.
All right.
Now the next one, that's going to be the problem right there.
Texas A&M.
I think A&M's got our number. They
All
got
right.
one of our players just transferred, right? Cornerback, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the most interesting thing of the year: the Lane train coming back to
Lane
Knoxville.
coming.
And did he ended up hiring Ogeron, right? That deal ended up happening too.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 2 former Tennessee coaches rolling back in there with a tough offense.
Who you like?
I want the Vols to win, and that's going to be. It's probably. I'm guessing they haven't posted it yet. That's a late November game. That's probably going to be an evening game. It's going to be under the lights. It's going to be electric. I hope we throw a bunch of things at Lane Kiffin, mustard bottles and golf balls included, and the Vols walk out with a victory.
You going with the Vols?
I'll go with the Vols.
You got Vandy in Nashville.
I mean, we got to beat the little brother one more time, right? They had their best chance last year, and I think that runs over. Pavia is gone.
You got 10-2.
If we go 10-2, I think everybody should be really happy. It may be more like an 8-4. I think you
There's
got
a couple of trap games in there.
Yeah, Arkansas, LSU, those are going to be some tough ones. But back to the whole money thing, I know Les Miles got fired for going 8-4.
Yep,
that's where we're at.
Yep.
Well,
we had guys.
Where's LSU went from there?
We had guys fired mid-season last year.
Yeah.
But we didn't even wait to the end of the year. They dumped them in the middle of the year. So
yeah,
8-4 would be good. You're going 10-2 at Tennessee. So, man, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Glad you're back. We're going to have to get you in here more often. More here. Every time we come to Phil's or wherever, we're closer to Kingsport. We have to get you in, or just come do a show in Kingsport, for that matter.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. It's been
Yeah.
a good time. A little reminiscent. We could probably tell more stories that nobody cares about but
That's
me
it.
and Tom.
That's it. We go down the road. We have been together behind the mic.
That's right.
Bradley Hoover. Now, the story on Bradley Hoover is, I remember he came down to Chef's Pizza one morning. I've got the picture somewhere, and he was dressed in his Halloween costume in like grade school. Even younger than that, Dad brought him. Little tiny guy, little Bradley. So, way back in the day. He'll join us next on the Tom Douglas Sports. Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing, and follow through on phone calls. I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are, and what we do, and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said, my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys, we didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And, I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service, follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender. We've got lenders we recommend, attorneys for closing we recommend, and you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins and Company, great sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. Back in the Tom Douglas Sports Show, we go back a long way. This one, I mean, literally, he's just a little. You remember those days?
Yes, sir.
Used to
Yeah, I do.
hang around your daddy?
I do.
Yep.
It's good times.
Brad Hoover is what I used to call him all the time, your daddy. So now he's a granddad. You have children?
Yes, sir.
God,
Yeah,
I'm
I have
getting
two.
old.
Yeah, he's a granddad. They call him Papa.
Papa?
Yes, sir. It's
Wow.
Papa indeed.
How's your sister doing?
Doing well. Doing
Yeah.
well. She actually has two of her own as well. So
You-
she's still a third grade teacher in Greenville, South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah, lives there with her husband and her kids.
And your mom was a book writer. She was an author.
Yes, sir.
She
Yeah,
wr-
she's written a few children's
Santa
books.
Train.
That's it.
Yep. Used to have her on the show promoting the Santa Train books she wrote. So we go back a long way. So he's with Visit Kingsport, obviously. So what's going on with Visit Kingsport right now?
It's been a busy summer. A lot of different baseball teams coming in and out. A lot of different softball teams in and out. Most recently, we had some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu over at the Tribe Athletic Complex.
Really?
The old Sullivan North. Yes, sir. That was cool to see. Sarah McCart in our office used to be a stud volleyball player over at Dobbins Bennett. She has partnered with Dineva Bays with Milligan University. I know you're very familiar with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And she has actually created a volleyball tournament that we're going to have towards the end of August. It's almost like a preseason type deal, but it's going to be really competitive, similar to the show that we have with the basketball tournament.
It's going to be volleyball like the show.
Exactly, just like that.
Cool.
Yes, sir. So really proud of her on that one. Looking forward to having those teams in town and seeing how that goes.
That will be at Meadowview or be at the,
That's going to be at Tribe Athletic Complex.
yeah, which
Yeah.
used to be Sullivan North, formerly
Yes, sir.
over on John B. Dennis. So it's called the TAC now, the Tribe Athletic Conference,
That is it.
or complex rather. So that is neat. That's going to be in August.
Yes, sir.
So-
Yeah, towards the end of August.
What else, you guys? You had a lot of other tournaments going on this year too, right? Basketball, wrestling, and stuff. Tell us about those.
Yes, sir. As Frank mentioned, we have 9 different conference championships that we host with Appalachian Athletic Conference. So we host the women's volleyball, host the men and women's swimming, men's and women's basketball, softball, baseball. List goes on. They need to just kind of set up headquarters here in Kingsport.
Wow, that's awesome. So social media, how do we find out what's going on? How do we go to find more about Visit Kingsport?
Follow us on Visit Kingsport, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the girls in our office do a great job of handling that. It's really extraordinary to see what they do on different videos and hype videos, follow-up videos from events. They do a great job of our social media.
That's awesome. So just go to social media. Just go to Visit Kingsport on
Yes, sir.
Facebook. You guys got a website too?
Yes, sir. Yeah, visitkingsport.com.
There you go. VisitKingsport.com. I'm old school, so clouds and all that. But no, I'm just tell me something.com and I can find it. VisitKingsport.com. That's cool. So what's the coolest part of your job?
Really working with people like Frank, Lara Potter. We have a tight group at Visit Kingsport. It's truly like a work family. You know, there's some days that we might get heated at each other like a family.
Well, sure.
Kind of bicker back and forth. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think my favorite part is us all coming together and the events that we accomplish for the city.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see what all we can do.
Frank said $25 million economic impact in the city.
Yes, sir.
That's not, it ain't chicken feed, as they say. It's pretty significant. So how did you get the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu group to come to Kingsport? That's a pretty cool story.
It's one of those things that we'll travel around for different things that we're looking to bring to Kingsport. And we had met this company at one of our sports CTA events that we'll travel around and go and kind of get a feel of what's best for us, what's a good fit for a company that might come here, what's a good fit for our city and hosting. We met them that way, and they reached out, and it's kind of like Frank had said about reputation. We had a good reputation for hosting different events like that through wrestling. So they said, "You guys think you can make it happen?" We said, "Absolutely."
Yeah. So the word's out there. So you've reached a point now, after all these years. How many years you been with them, Frank? Okay, I was going to say 15 or 20. So, reputation precedes it. So now folks know you come to Kingsport, you have your event in Kingsport, the model city. You got the facilities, you got the infrastructure, got the restaurants, got things to do, got the new movie theater opened up. So you got things you can do and attractions you can go to. So it kind of sells itself now, doesn't it?
It does, yes, sir. Our job in the sports department is putting the heads in beds, getting people in the city, coming to the hotels, eating at the restaurants, getting the foot traffic downtown. But our passion, I would say, is giving the spectators, giving the teams, giving all the athletes the best championship experience that we can here in
Mhm.
our city.
Oh, yes. And when I'm over there for the AEC basketball tournament, it's top shelf. And I've been over the baseballs as well and softball. But, yeah, you guys put on the show and do a great job. So you're a Clemson guy.
Yes, sir.
Let's go down. I know your dad and I used to go back and forth about this. He used to give me a hard time, and he gave me a hard time because I'm a Marshall guy, and he said they can't play dead in a Western movie. And most of the time he was right. And most of the time he was right. We used to get after each other pretty good. So Clemson, Dabo and the boys open up at LSU. Is that a W or an L? What do you think?
I know people wearing Clemson orange and Tennessee orange would both like to see a W on that one, but I think that Dabo's just now started to utilize the transfer portal, just now started to kind of utilize NIL and everything it is, like you and Frank were discussing. So I think there's still some rebuilding years to happen at Clemson. Sadly, I'm going to say an L.
L. All right. Then they have Georgia Southern home. It's a checkbook game.
Should be a checkbook
Should
game.
be.
W.
Mr. Belichick's coming to Tiger Stadium again. Y'all gonna touch the rock when they play the Tar Heels. Gonna beat UNC. Is that a W?
I think it's a W. I
All
think that Belichick's going to do great things at UNC. Year one was rough for him. We'll see how he does going forward, but I think for now that's still a Clemson W.
Clemson then goes to California out on the left coast. Like that one? Like a W?
Do you see the time for that game?
10:30 our time. Whoa.
Could be a trap game.
It could be a trap game. You taking a W or an L?
I hope I'm awake to see a W, but if it ends at 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll see.
So you're gonna take win or loss?
Let's take a W.
All right. I like how he thinks. 3-1. Then you got the Hurricanes coming to town October the 3rd. That's a biggie in the ACC. What'd you call them? ACC? Almost a college conference? That's great. Only Frank Lev would smoke him like that. Wow. Hurricanes coming. What do you think?
I think that one's going to be a W for the Canes.
All right.
I think you're really starting to see the effect of NIL over there in Miami. They've built something.
Charleston Southern should be a W for the
Should be.
Canes. That puts you at 4. Hokies come to town on October 24th.
That's another one of those. I think both Tennessee Orange and Clemson Orange want to see a W there. I think James Franklin has potential in Blacksburg. I think he might build something special there, but I don't think he gets it done this year. I think that's Clemson W.
All right, you're 5-2. Then you head to Tallahassee, take on the Seminoles. Mike Norvell is very much on the hot seat at Florida State. Can we get him down there?
If he's still there to see it, he's probably going to see a W. But that's also
Whoa.
on Halloween, so could get a little spooky.
There you go. You got a couple of more. Then Clemson goes to Syracuse. I'd like to think we can get the Qs up there, right?
I'd like to too. You know, Clemson has struggled up there in the dome, even when Clemson was a powerhouse, 16, 17, 18 around those years. I'm going to say a W.
Okay. Then you've got Georgia Tech coming to town.
I know those guys might be coming off of a Tennessee beatdown, so hopefully Clemson gives them a beatdown to W.
All right, you got us at 8-2. All right, you got two more. You go to Duke, the bout of the Dukies in Durham.
Clemson struggled with Duke lately. I'm going to take an L.
Okay. And then you wrap things up in the rivalry
W.
game. Wow, that didn't take long. South Carolina couldn't get out of them out. W. They don't like the Gamecocks in Clemson.
No, sir.
And Clemson,
Vols don't like them either.
no.
So-
And the Gamecocks don't like Clemson. Clemson don't like the Gamecocks. So I got you. You're at 9-3. So
I'm
you
optimistic.
take that. You go with that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Dabo's got in there and dipped into the portal and the NIL money and all that. He almost had to a point, but
He
so
did.
so visit Kingsport again. Lots going on. So this week it's Fun Fest, and
Yes.
you've got events and typically you have the one pitch softball tournament. What are the other athletic events going on this week during Fun Fest?
Just wrapped up Crazy Eights.
All right.
Obviously, that's very athletic. One pitch softball. Emily's created something different. It's coming up. I feel like it's going to be pretty athletic. We're going to have a Survivor type event
Really?
on Saturday at 1 o'clock.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir. She's actually got me competing in it. I'm going to be on a team. so-
Really?
yes, sir. Yeah, it's one of those things. If Emily tells you to do something for Fun Fest, you do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You
So
know,
I'm going to do it.
not too many options there. It's like, okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So you're
ma'am.
gonna be in the Survivor games
Yes, sir.
in Kingsport during Fun Fest. It's cool. About the concert lineup, Contemporary Christian is Jeremy Camp and Katie Nicole Thursday night. Friday night is Daughtry and Switchfoot. What kind of music they play?
A little bit of everything with Daughtry. He's kind of got an interesting story. Started out was at American Idol and has built his way to where he is now. So a little bit of everything coming from him. Everybody loves some Switchfoot,
Mhm.
the old school.
Old school.
Yes, sir.
And then on Saturday night, it's Brothers Osborne and then Leanne Rhymes, which should be a great concert too.
Right.
So you're around these guys and artists all the time. You kept help bring them into town, all that. So you said Colt Ford at one time. Colt Ford rather wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. So what's some other cool stories about some of the people you met?
He did. He wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. Frank was kind of telling that story. He got done and told me he wanted a Chick-fil-A ice cream. I said, of all things, he said, there's nothing better on your throat after giving a performance than Chick-fil-A cold ice cream.
Really?
And that's all he got. One of the cooler stories, we had Tyler Farr in, and he was back there, came out of the field house, throwing up one of the DB footballs and said, I want to play a little football. You think you can put some guys together? So I called Emily. I said, hey, can we do this? She said, if he wants it, we're going to do it. So gave Zach Fleming a call, strength conditioning coach over at Dobbins Bennett High School, and said, hey, can you get some of your guys over here? Tyler Farr wants to play football. He said, yeah, I think I can make that happen.
Make it happen.
So
And
we
we
did.
That's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
That's it. I can remember the year Trace Atkins came. He wanted to work out in the weight room at DB. And so he's back there before about 2 or 3 hours worth of the show, crushing them. I mean, he's hammering it. And so when you see old Trace, them ain't steroids juice. He's pumping. That's the real deal. The real deal. Because I watched, I thought, good Lord. I mean, he was in there, had his hair back up in the bun like you got yours, and he was pounding the weights.
That's funny. An old video of when Billy Ray Cyrus was here came
Mhm.
out, and that was actually the year that my dad was chairman at FunFest. But I can remember being a little kid and watching him climb up the scaffolding with the microphone, just flexing that arm up there for the crowd.
Mhm.
It was cool.
Girls went nuts.
They did.
Oh, yeah. The other story I like, I had the honor of introducing the late Charlie Daniels the year he came to town. He had just had knee surgery. He parked the bus right underneath the scoreboard at J-Fred. And so he had just had knee replacement surgery. He came off the bus. He hobbled up those steps. I mean, he was noticeably limp and he was hurting. And so I went out on the he stayed there on the apron on the side behind the speakers. Introduced him, went out there. It looked like a transformation of going from his age, whatever he was at that point, to 18-year-old kid. He was all over that stage, hopping. I mean, you would have never known he had knee surgery. He had played that violin, he busted the strings, had the loose strings come off his fiddle, putting on the show. And then when it got over, the show was over, he came back off stage. Oh, God, get me back to the bus. But when he was out there, he got transformed into just an unbelievable artist. So I've had some great memories. Skinner was there back in the day. They came, I don't know,
A couple of years ago.
a
they
couple
came
years
back.
ago.
Yes, sir.
Got a chance to watch him on the front row. And then Allison Krauss came that one year. I don't know if it's at that point she was the biggest crowd they've ever had. I don't know if it's been topped, but when she came that year, they were all the way back to the baseball stadium as far as you could see for Allison Krauss. Is that the biggest crowd you guys ever had?
We can't have crowds that big anymore.
You can't?
Mm.
Because of fire marshal? They had them packed in like sardines that night. And so, but we've had Willie. I mean, when you go back and look at the list of people who've come through FunFest, the entertainment, it's incredible. I mean,
It
it's
is.
just, and you think, they've been here? Yeah. Martina McBride's been here? Yeah, they've been here. And Willie. And
I actually have a picture of me spinning a basketball on my finger with Justin Timberlake when NSYNC was here.
there you go.
How cool!
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. That packed him in that night too. And NSYNC had a big crowd. So anyway, visit Kingsport. Check them out. Visit kingsport.com. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. If I can help you guys do anything over there as far as PA or whatever, let me know, because it's a cool place. They do a wonderful job in Kingsport.
Thank you.
Again, pushing the product and putting heads in beds, as you said. That's good
That's
stuff.
it.
All right, quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll come back and we'll visit with my man. He's in the house, Axel Steins Shines. He's here. He joins us next on the Tom Dooley Sports. We're talking to our buddy Sherry Holtzclaw, the owner of the Jewelers Bench, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dooley Sports Show. E. Newtons. You got a ton of them. Just about E. Newtons, would you please?
I do have a ton of them. They are 14 karat gold filled. They're stretchy. They come in 3 different sizes and easy to wear. You can swim in them. You can work out in them. You can sleep in them. They hold up very well. And there's also a lot of different colors. And then coming soon, I'll be getting the America, the 250 birthday celebration ones in. Hopefully soon. I've been waiting.
Hundreds of them they have. I don't think anybody else anywhere has more E. Newtons than the Jewelers Bench.
Now, usually everybody that comes in is pleasantly surprised with what I have in stock.
Hundreds. I'm not kidding you. Hundreds of E. Newtons here at the Jewelers Bench. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
Social media, how do we find you?
Facebook and Instagram.
And the magic phone number is?
423-542-5600.
So if you want E. Newtons, come here first. I promise you, they got more selection than anywhere else in the Tri-Cities, in my humble opinion. The E. Newtons at the Jewelers Bench, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And the owner, how can you feed the team, feed the gang, feed folks for football season? What are options for Phil's?
You know, the great thing, we're set up, Tom, for events large or small. When you want to take things and make things easy, we have our dream packs to go that give you your meat, give you your choice of 3 sides, your buns, your barbecue sauce. You just throw that on a plate and you're ready to go. So you can just set it out, set pans out for your friends to grab whatever they want. You're having a big party at your house for watch the Vols whip up on Syracuse or whoever it is they're playing this week, where we go in Tennessee, Alabama, whatever game it is, we've got you covered with those dream packs. And if you're going, you know what, I've got everybody bringing nachos and sides and all this little finger foods, but I want something a little more substantial, you can get meat by the pound, and we can set that up for you where you just have the meat and everybody can bring a side and get you ready to go. So meat by the pound or dream packs to go, either one. Great way to feed a bunch of people on a budget.
349-60 or 423-349-6437 is the number to call. Website is
Phil'sDreamPit.com. Also, be looking for our Phil's Dream Pit food truck. You can follow where it's going to be set up at Phil'sDreamPit.com. We run that thing all over the Tri-City. We've got it in Elizabethton sometimes, Kingsport, Johnson City, over in Bristol occasionally. So wherever you are, follow the Phil's Dream Pit food truck. You can get the barbecue on the go there without having to drive out to Eastern Star.
lots of options. Great sponsor, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Give them a call. Let them take care of your next activity, next need, whatever it is, at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Axel Stein.
Shines.
Oh, boy. He's here, folks. How many days?
27.
27 shows he's here. Axel Stein shines at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect. Oh, you've already got your food over there. What'd you get?
The sampler.
Got the sampler.
Yeah, and I decided to do something unique today.
You did do something unique. Put that sign with my sign. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, you want to hold this? Can you hold this now?
Yeah.
All right. They can hear you. Did you have basketball practice this morning?
Yep, the future camp, day 1.
Oh, that's right. Today's day 1 of the camp.
Yeah.
They have a lot of kids?
Yep.
Yeah. What?
Especially Holt Honeycutt, too.
Holt Honeycutt was there.
Yep.
So how did you help the basketball camp? Did you run the clock? Did you?
Yes, 10 minutes every time. We did, separate a few stations, and I had to do 10 minutes every time.
10 minutes a station. Then got everybody moving around to different stations.
We had a little bit of snack here and there.
Yeah, but you came to Phil's to eat today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quest for perfect barbecue.
You got it.
The one that's soon coming to Elizabethton.
Yeah.
Ooh, doggies.
They pushed it back to about Labor Day now. They're trying to get everything changed over. So you got you got brown beans, you got baked beans.
Yeah.
What else did you get?
Turkey, chicken, and steak.
Turkey and baked beans.
And my dad got the same thing, too.
He got the sampler platter?
Yes, he did.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, Nelly.
Your dad's not even looking at me. He is, all I see is that fork going to his mouth.
Yep.
He is hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came, trust me, he came for the barbecue today.
There you go. Well, at least you're honest about it. He didn't come to see me. He came for the barbecue. That's good. So
Yeah, and the sampler platter as well.
That's good.
And we are 31 days away, folks. And we're about to be 31 days and 5 hours and 59 minutes now. And yep, we are now down to 31 days, 5 hours and 59 minutes now. Hard to believe until 2026 Elizabethton Cyclone football. Ooh, doggies.
You got it. We got Meet the Cyclones Friday night at the stadium. We're going to stream that. Starting with the little ones, the Mighty Mites and the grass cutters, all the way up to the big boys.
Yep.
So the cheerleaders, I think we'll get to meet all of them. The Tia Duggar cheerleaders, the high school cheerleaders, they're all going to be out on the field Friday night. Meet the Cyclones, going to be great.
Yep.
So you're 31 days away from the Cyclone Walk. Tell them about that.
Yeah. So the Cyclone Walk, it's where the guys come out of the locker room. I usually get them fired up, and so do the cheerleaders, obviously, pretty girls and handsome guys, of course. And me and Carrie are recording it for the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page, and Andrew Barnett going to be helping out this year. But Carrie, I think, is still going to do the Cyclone Walk with me.
Yeah, she's going to help you out. Yeah, it's going to be good. So we're excited, are we?
Yeah, we are excited. 6 home games in 31 days, folks. 31 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, and 44 seconds, and counting.
Coach Witten was on the show yesterday. He's excited.
Yep.
Coach Witten, Ryan Witten will be with us on Thursday. He's
and Big
excited.
John's closeouts where they hammer high prices.
You got where we're going to be tomorrow?
The Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Then on Friday we'll be where?
Food City and Gray to set the record.
Set the record.
Yeah, but today is 27 of the 2026 summer road trip, as you can see right behind me. I did something a little unique today. Instead of just putting it on the table like I usually do, I set it up right behind his sign here.
That's it. Covered up my sign for his sign. That's good.
Yeah.
Axel Stein
Shines.
shines with his sign.
Did a little something unique today, Tom.
You got it.
Yeah, because Phil's Dream Pit is the quest for perfect barbecue.
You got it. Well, get over and eat your food so it doesn't get cold. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Pals for how long?
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. I love this guy. He's my buddy.
Yep.
Axel Stein
Shines.
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
I'll see you tomorrow at the Eagle Center.
All right, go get you some lunch, buddy. Put it right here. I love this guy. He's a good man. So there you go. He is showing his Axel Stein's Shines sign. It all kind of rhymes. All right, so as we were talking with Frank and Bradley, let's run down what we got for. Well, you can take off. Go get you some lunch, sir. That's good. He's a good man right there. Love that boy. Let's run down what is going on today at Fun Fest in Kingsport. Let's see, the Marsh Regional Fun Fest Blood Drive, which is always critical, and that's at the Farmers Market in Kingsport. The Putt Putt Fun Fest tournament going on today from now to 6 o'clock. Play a little putt-putt. Again, that'll be free tickets available at the Fun Fest store or at the Putt Putt Golf Course there on Stone Drive. You got Summer in the Park at Warriors Path. Sweet treats with chocolate elegance. Whoa. That's going on. The first one's come through. The second will be at 2 o'clock at the Chocolate Elegance Cafe on Stone Drive. As Frank and or Bradley, one of them said earlier, Fun Fest Bingo. That's always been on my bucket list to be a bingo caller. B24, I-17. Remember, I went to a bingo thing not too long ago. The ladies got in a fight. I mean, it was intense. When I say a fight, they were running up to the table saying, I beat her and she beat me, and as far as they ran up with their chips they ran up to first time they ran up to where the PA person was to validate they won, and the second time the lady said, well, let's come back and see where you are. They were raising their hand, and so it's pretty competitive. Fun Fest Bingo from 2 to 4 today at Meadowview. A sinking waters hike at Warriors Path at 5 o'clock today. You have wear hiking shoes and bring water. Also, an introduction to sculling. I have no clue what sculling is. What's sculling? What is sculling? Do we know what that is? Sculling? It says introduction to sculling. I have no clue what it is. Anyway, it's at Warriors Path tonight from 5 to 7 the old pool parking lot. Also, there's a Bays Blaze 10K tonight. That's at, where's that going to be? Bays Mountain. We got Fun Fest Bingos, we said. We got the Fur Fest, sponsored by the Kingsport Parks and Rec on Granby Road tonight. And then you got the Boot Scoot and Boogie on Broad, Boots and Bling Edition. That's pretty cool. At the Bank Events on Broad Street. Sculling is introduction to rowing on land before getting on the water. That's pretty cool. It's going to be at Warriors Path at the old pool parking lot. That's tonight. Well, that's kind of neat. Introducing to sculling. Then these guys, they crank it. I'm telling you, they are really, really good. The Appalachian Express Chorus, Barbershop Quartet, and the chorus, that's going to be at the Kingsport First Assembly of God tonight for Fun Fest. And then the Community Square and Round Dance Party tonight at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. So it's a packed full day of Fun Fest 2026 in Kingsport. So there you go. Here's the, they always have T-shirts out every year, and here's the logo this year with the Fun Fest T-shirt for Fun Fest 2026. So there you go. It's good stuff. All right. I think I've covered everything today. I know the golf season starts. High school golf season starts today. All the golf teams are in action. We told you baseball. We also covered and told you who's at the podium today for the SEC Media Days. You have, let's see, who was there today? Oh, I've got to find it here real quick before we get out of here because I want you to. SEC Media Days. There we go. Alex Golish was there also today. Kirby Smart was there earlier. The afternoon session will be Shane Beamer from South Carolina and Clark Lee from Vanderbilt. Tomorrow, the coach at the podium in Tampa. SEC Media Days tomorrow will be Kalen DeBoer from Alabama, then John Summerall, the new coach at Florida. Pete Golding, he is the new coach. He was interim, now he's The interim tag's gone, and the head coach of Ole Miss after Kiffin left. He'll be there tomorrow on the podium. And also at the podium tomorrow will be Mike Elko from Texas A&M. So it'll be day 3 tomorrow. On Thursday, Arkansas, LSU, Mississippi State, and Texas will wrap it up. SEC Media Days in Tampa. All right, quick break. We'll finish it out right after this. For one of our great sponsors, couldn't do without them. Of course, we've added 4 new sponsors getting ready for the football season. We love it. So we'll take a break. Be right back after this from Farm Bureau on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Our success is your success.
Tell us what you all do.
So we're an accounting firm in Bristol, Tennessee. Crystal McDuffie is the owner. She's number 7 on the football team, Will McDuffie's mom. So the business is called McDuffie and Associates. We do have 2 locations. We have one in Bristol, Tennessee, and then one in Boone, North Carolina. We offer full service accounting. We can do QuickBooks Online training, accounts payable, accounts receivable, payroll. We're pretty much full service.
You do corporations and companies and individuals, right?
Right, yeah, we do. We focus a lot on small businesses, you know, the people who, they go out and work every day, they come home, they're looking at their books, they don't understand it, and that's what we're there for.
Absolutely, help them out. Phone number is 423-968-9112. How do we find you on social media?
So you can find us online at statax.com.
There you go. New sponsor, glad to have them on board, Stanfield Thomas & Associates, sponsors of Cyclone Football and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Well, the boys tried to parfait, according to Tara, and so Hoover showed me an empty cup over there. He's knocked the bottom out of it. So Frank's not too far away. So Tara's parfait has been a hit for these guys. So there you go. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Tomorrow will be at Eagle Center Antique Store in downtown Elizabeth. We've got to do some more guests coming in. Thursday will be Big John's Closeouts, where they got the hammer and high prices. And then Friday we'll kick off the weekend at Food City and Gray on a Food City Friday. Always wrap it up by give you the verse today. We always dedicate our broadcast to man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly, of course, do that. And it goes like this. Here's the verse today. It's out of, Psalms 33, 20, and 22. We wait and hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In him our hearts rejoice. We trust in his holy name. Verse 22 says, may your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Goes like this. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We can put our hope and trust solely in you in our daily lives with our problems and situations, that you will never fail to love us no matter what. Never, ever. How about that? It's a good way to look at it. We mess up every day, and he says, that's okay. So I went up on the cross and died for you. Good way to end it. Thanks again to our guests, Frank Lett and Bradley Hoover from Visit Kingsport, Mr. Baseball, Greg Salyer, and Axel Steins Shine, along with Tara from right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. So if you are, by the way, keep an eye out of the sky tonight. Could be some storms coming in, could be severe. They keep pushing it back. We're supposed to got rain like early in the evening. Now they pushed it back to overnight. So it looks like, from what I can tell, it's going above us up into the Virginias, but still a chance of some stormy weather this evening. We need the rain, how crazy that sounds, because these 90-degree temperatures will dry things out pretty quick. So anyway, keep an eye out of the sky. See you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. We'll tell you as always, bloom where you plant it, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,536 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live today at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star